Hi, financial analysis. How's it going? Well, I'd really rather be teaching you guys in person, but it is what it is. And I just need to point out that you guys are doing such a good job. You are doing very good. So I just wanted to point that out that you guys are rocking this online learning thing, even though it's not the most practical thing for school. You know what? We're just hanging in there and getting done what we can get done. So let's continue chapter 16. We'll follow through to the end, starting with section 5. Section 5 is on newspaper advertising costs. In this section, we calculate the cost of advertising in a newspaper. And suffice it to say, the cost of the ad, we're going to multiply how many ads we want times the rate per unit. Now, just want to point out for this section that you're going to use figure 16.3 in your homework for advertising rates. The rates might be different on your test, but they will be given to you. So don't feel like you have to memorize any of those rates or the chart. You will be able to reference those things on your test. For the next section, 6, television advertising costs. It's the same kind of idea. You're advertising on television, except in this section, the costs will vary for each homework problem. So pay particular attention to the rates proposed in each problem. There's 10-second ads, there are 60-second ads, there are 30-second ads, so make sure you're paying attention to what you're multiplying for each type of ad. If you do 10-second ads, it's half the cost. If you run a 60-second ad, it's double the cost. So you're simply working with the idea of how long an ad is, and then therefore how much it will cost you at the end. Lesson 7 is on pricing. We're going to calculate selling price that will result in the highest possible net profit. And in this section, you're going to see some charts that will require you to figure out various pricing scenarios. And they might ask you at the end on your homework, which scenario is the best? And basically you want to see which one is the best selling price that's going to make the most profit, the most bang for your buck for you as a person selling something. So the lesson formula here, it looks a little tricky, but you're basically just subtracting the selling price per unit minus the total cost per unit and multiplying by about how many things you're going to sell, or the estimated unit sales. A little bit of trickiness in this section is the total cost per unit. Now, typically in your homework, they're going to give you a chart for this. So here's an example chart. The numbers in your chart on your homework will be a little bit different, but to figure out the cost per unit, you're going to simply divide the fixed costs by the estimated unit sales. Per unit means divide, so that should be pretty straightforward. Then for the total cost per unit, when you're filling in this chart, you're going to add together the fixed cost per unit and the variable cost per unit to get the total cost per unit. And then your possible net profit is the actual formula here shown on the PowerPoint. The cost, it's good to point out, is less than the selling price in these charts. And the reason why is because you want to make a profit. So you got to have your costs less than your selling price. You up your selling price so you can actually make a profit if you're selling something. Anyway, that's it for the chapter 16. Go ahead and work on that homework and take your test when you're ready. And do really well, you guys. Make me proud. Good job on this stuff. Good job on online learning.